Ladies and gentlemen, the Heaps On Podcast!
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to
Heaps On.
the Heaps On Podcast.
Well, I hope you're all enjoying your King's birthday morning or whatever it is called.
Oh yeah, maybe we should put this out on Tuesday so that people get an extra day off.
Or they can
True.
just listen to it on Tuesday.
Yeah, that's
we hope
true.
you're enjoying your Tuesday morning drive to work
Totally.
after being wretched pissed all weekend.
Yeah,
Good on you,
it's
mate.
one of those long weekends where the piss shop doesn't shut, eh?
Is this
Yeah.
our second or first King's weekend?
Good
How many
question.
birthdays does he have?
No, I mean as in she died.
Oh.
Did she die last year or the year before?
Rest in peace.
R.I.P. Margot.
You know,
Maggie.
what I was thinking about this a little
Elizabeth,
bit of a
sorry.
tangent.
Yeah.
But I was chatting to this about. I was chatting with the missus about this the other day. Sorry, yeah, I
And
was
we're
on
back.
the piss all weekend.
Yep.
When it changes from the Queen to the King, if you're in the stationery business, if you make little business cards or letterheads, you just made bazillions of dollars because all of those lawyers have to change from QC to KC.
Far
Wow,
out.
that's
Holy
true.
shit.
Pause. That's crazy, Ben. Play some music for what's coming up in the show.
Okay.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. Hold on. What's coming up in the show?
The Super Rugby finals are set, people. Sorry,
Holy
Artie.
Shit.
We loved watching you, but now it's time for the big dogs to eat. The Blues social media guys got a bee in his bonnet, though. They're in the finals, and they're ready to take some names online in the comments section.
Yeah, whoa, chill out, bro.
Chill, bro. And the
Is
Warriors...
it racist?
What
Ben,
is-
pause,
what-
and
wait.
we're back. The Warriors don't know... we don't know what happened yet, but we'll fill you in later. Maybe. Or we might just record two alternate endings.
Yeah.
Wicked. And, what else? Jeez, Chris Bishop, he's popping off. Far out, dude. Chill
Okay,
out, but
is
we'll get there
that
later.
racist?
That is.
And it was a performative acclaim.
Ben, we won't be getting Ben's take on this. We already know what his take on this
I'm
is.
saying what he did was performative acclaim.
Look.
So the pot calling the kettle black?
That and a lot more. But first things first, Tav, how are you? How have you been? What's been going on?
Yeah, I've been good. I've been busy. We can finally talk about what we've been busy with, which is exciting.
Oh, yeah, we can. I keep forgetting we can.
Yeah.
Mud Castle.
Mud castle. We've been building a mud castle. Ben had the pit in the backyard for a
Yeah.
while there.
Well, the Hungry Pit caved in with
the
mud.
Hungry, the Hungry Pit caved
And with
in.
all the
We've
rain.
been building a mud castle,
Yeah.
which has been exciting. No, Ryan and I have been working on a brand new TV show that's going to come out
Oh, yeah.
soon,
That's true.
which has been it's been mean.
Yes, it's a very exciting, a high-pressure situation, but we couldn't be more excited, could we, Tav? Tav's the brains. I'm sort of the brawn.
SJ's the good-looking guy.
And Sean
SJ's
Johnson
a
is the
look-
good-looking dude
He's our dad
in the
now.
hot seat. He's our
Yeah,
dad.
We're making the Sean Johnson League Lounge show.
Look, I've got many dads, but I'm happy to add one more to the list.
This is the Sean Johnson show. It's not the Johnson Sean show. How about that for a
That's
theme
not
idea?
bad.
pretty
We're looking
good.
for
That's
original
pretty
music for the
good.
sting. That's not bad.
That's actually just
We're
the
thinking
Tom
about maybe
Green
putting something like
shows.
this on too. Hey, welcome to the show, Sean Johnson, League Lounge. We're running through options. And Ben, how have you been? You're obviously still battling an illness.
Yeah.
The fans are bloody concerned because
Yeah.
it won't stop.
They keep reaching out saying, "Is there anything I can do for you?" And I
Yeah.
said, "Yeah, come round, clean my gutters. The backyard needs a little bit of work."
Far out.
Yeah.
Jesus. We
Nah,
can't ask
yeah.
people that, but
You know, it's a journey. But I've spent a week just watching TV again.
any good TV?
No.
Fair enough. Yeah, nothing
Have
good
you-
on these
Have you
days.
clocked Pokemon yet?
Yeah, I beat the Elite Four in Crystal, and then I've moved on to Emerald. I'm about halfway through that, you know.
Nice.
Yeah.
Fucking oath. And how do they differ again?
It's just different maps.
Colours.
Yeah.
The maps,
One's
yes.
on Game Boy Color, the other's on Game Boy Advance.
Bloody oath. Well, hey, I'll tell you who wasn't just lying on the couch watching TV all week. Chris Bishop.
No way.
Now, this guy went to the Aotearoa Music Awards on Friday night, I think, last week. And
He caused a bit of a
stink.
stir.
He-
That's true.
I think what's happened is he's had a couple of beers, maybe 8 or 9 Heinekens, you know.
As you do.
The free ones on the table.
I mean, it's
Let's
a long weekend.
Let's not co-sign any of his behaviour, Ben.
Oh,
I mean,
that's
he's a
true.
fucking government minister. He shouldn't be getting hammered at a work event, essentially.
Yeah, long gone are the days of Muldoon.
I mean, do you think me and Tav, like in our roles as producers for TV show for Sky, are going and getting pissed every day?
Yes.
We're not. Not yet,
not
anyway.
every
not
second.
not every day.
Not
They
any.
don't pay enough.
But
So what he's done is he's seen the.
Yeah.
Why don't you run us through it, Tab? Have you got sort of a good hold on it?
hold on. Yeah, basically, he went to the. He wasn't even invited first.
Wasn't he?
No, to the Aotearoa Music Awards.
He was Paul Goldsmith plus one.
Skinwalker. Yeah, Paul Goldsmith. Paul Goldsmith was invited because he's the Minister of Arts.
Yes, true.
And as his plus one, he brought the
He took
bishop.
the biggest she-hard fan he knows.
Yeah, bishop to pawn 4, basically. At chestnut checkers, am I right?
Yes.
I don't know how to play chess. But yeah.
Or checkers.
And then Stan Walker was kind of the crescendo performance of the night. Yeah. Or checkers. Wait, do I get to go backwards? So Stan Walker did this big performance. Obviously, Toitu Te Tiriti is still pretty hot.
Excellent pronunciation.
Yeah, thank you. Especially in the
Well, you know, it's a tikanga.
especially in the music scene, you know, because people like Stan Walker as well, they're at the point in the career where they're somewhat activist, but they have a platform to share their thoughts,
And it gets a hell of a lot of monoways.
and it gets a hell of a lot of monoways. And
It's a good way to ramp up the vibes. You know, everyone's been drinking all night. You know, get up out of your seats, wave the fucking Toitu flags, and then get ready to go to the after party.
Yeah.
I think it's actually not a bad move.
Totally.
It's a great way to start a hikoi to the after party.
Totally. There was
Send the boys down, give them a fucking good
there
idea.
was some people that just bought some patu in as part of their their outfit, their wardrobe.
Man.
And then Stan Walker got up and started doing this massive war cry. And they were like, fuck, man, I actually did bring a patu, so I can just get up. And
I actually had a
Nice.
Toitu flag in my backpack.
That's true.
You did.
Yeah.
You weren't there.
No, I wasn't. Paul decided to take Chris instead.
He did
And-
call you, but you were like, I'm feeling a bit under the weather, eh,
And
bro?
so
Sorry.
a video has come out where basically everyone's the vibes are high whānau, everyone's celebrating and giving a tautoko to
To
Stan.
Stan. Yep.
And what's his name? Bishop.
I
Chris-
forgot he
Chris
wasn't
Bishop.
sitting
Chris
in front of
Bishop.
the TV.
Yeah, he wasn't standing basically.
Yeah.
He was in noho when it was time to air two, and
Yeah, he didn't.
he was heckling.
He
was-
toi nohod the TTT.
Yeah,
Yeah.
totally. But yeah, someone got on video of him saying, "What did he say?
What a load of crap.
What
He
a
said-
load of crap!"
Put it on the soundboard. What a load of crap.
Please tell me that is not
So
your
Don
penis.
McGlashan's heard this, the producer of Nature Into Me or some
He
shit.
was standing right next to him.
Yeah, he's listening and he goes, "Hey mate, would you fuck up? Don't
His-
say shit like
his
that."
exact words were, "Shut up, you dick."
Yeah, shut up, you dick. And then
quite
Chris
funny.
is going, "What?
No,
This
but
is a load of shit,
What did
mate."
he say? Yes, performative acclaim.
Yeah.
What,
It's kind of like when you have that big extended family Christmas and everyone's watching, you know, the TV news at the same time, and the right wing side of the family and the left wing side of the family start going off at each other.
So Don McGlashan has said, "I could hear an enormous amount of ranting, kind of against the whole thing. I didn't get the full gist of it, but it was basically the hikoi is ages ago. Sit down, everybody." So this geezer was just ranting away and telling everybody to sit down, McGlashan said. And this is the guy who, you know, halfway down Dominion Road, he's a legend of Aotearoa music. He's supporting Stan.
Yeah, you're in his playground now, Bishop.
Yeah, he was standing up for Stan.
Yeah. And
Bro, he almost got in a scrap too when he said "shut up, dickhead," and then
Have you se-
apparently fucking Chris Bishop said, "What did you say to me?" I mean, he was ready to go toe to toe. He's probably 8 ciggies deep, 13 beers deep. He's on a fucking. He's on
I
got the
told you.
spoons.
I told you, Bishop, no vaping.
The Bishop, no vaping. So I'm just trying to look
Have
at
you
what
seen the video?
Let's be honest.
I don't know if I've seen it.
Oh, I saw it last night. Yeah, so he says, yes, performative acclaim, while everyone's like, you know,
Right.
clapping, which is, I was saying to Ben before, stupid fucking thing to heckle. If you're going to heckle, say something mean, not just
Yeah.
basically
I don't even know what it
say,
means.
yes, everyone's clapping.
I think he's saying that people they're just doing that for the performance of it rather than actually the meaning behind the activism
Yeah,
True.
to appear like the.
Ben's-
I think more about the music awards. His critique was probably
Look,
aimed
who
at.
gives a
But
fuck
then,
about him?
wait, let me finish. And then Don McGlashan said, shut up, dickhead.
Yeah.
And then Chris Bishop goes, what did you say to me? And he says, I said, shut up, dickhead.
Nice.
And then Chris Bishop goes, I could say the same to you. And then Don McGlashan says, I wasn't the one speaking, mate.
Yeah, nice. They got into an
and then-
old white guy fucking
Oh,
standoff.
yeah, old
Technical.
white guy standoff.
This
Got
is
him on
a-
the technicals there.
Yeah.
And then Don McGlashan, after he had this verbal stout with him,
Yeah.
he realised, oh shit, that's Chris Bishop.
That's Don McGlashan.
No,
no, that's
Don
Chris
McGlashan
Bishop.
said that.
Oh,
shit,
true.
that's the Speaker of the House.
But here's the
Fucking
thing.
oath.
I think Chris Bishop was just gutted from the moment he got in there and realised old John from Shehad wasn't there.
Well, that just Shehad weren't playing.
yeah.
So,
So he was in
obviously,
a mood to begin with.
the guy probably rates himself taste wise, and each to their own. Maybe not everyone's a Stan Walker fan. Let's just put it like that.
Yeah.
It's not about the nature of what's being said, but maybe he just doesn't like the style of music. But come on, mate, not everyone's fucking going to 6 in a row Shehad concerts in a week.
Yeah.
The bloke fucking took a week off work in the
But
summer
to be
to go
honest-
to the farewell tour every night of the week.
He probably followed them around the country on taxpayer dime,
I think
saying
he-
it was a,
He
I
did.
mean, I would if I was a big Shehad fan and
He probably
yeah.
got a fucking
had that-
Beamer.
the government limousine.
Yeah, the government limousine pick him up from the airport to take him to Spark Arena to watch his 9th fucking Shehad concert of the year. And he's up the front going, "Come take the clock back for the weekend." And he's fucking like, yeah. Another free 13 beers deep. Mate, the guy's fucking pussied, mate.
Yeah, true. Do you think he's going to be demoted after this or promoted?
I think it's going to be hold the line, Chris. He's all good. I just wanted to look at his portfolios, though. Which of these relates to the music sector? Housing.
Yep.
Infrastructure.
house music.
What's RMA reform?
Resource Management Act.
Resource Management Act.
Rhythm
Okay,
and
not really.
Alps.
Yeah.
Transport? Not really. Leader of the House, Finance, Sports and Rec. I mean, the fact that he's Sports and Rec Minister irks me a little bit,
Yeah,
He's like, I play cricket.
I
But
like.
Yeah, well,
the dude's not the
let me
picture of
just tell
health.
you,
Not that I can throw
he's
stones,
a big
but
squash guy.
yeah.
there better not be a bloody Toitu thing at the Hellberg Awards.
Oh, my
or
God.
he will be pissed off.
He'll be on the stage. This is a load of crap. And I'm the government minister for this. I'm allowed to say it on stage here.
Yeah.
But anyway, Chris, fucking pick your battles, mate.
Pick your
Jesus
nuts up,
Christ.
Chris. That's right. Well, State of O was on earlier this week. Did you guys stay up for it?
Yes, both of us
Yes.
did, or all three of us did.
Yeah.
I'd like to. Before Ben was saying that the Connor Watson offload was his favourite part, but I'd like to touch on something, and I'm going to have a controversial hot take here.
Wow.
Everyone's saying, "Oh, you should have kicked it to Spencer Leniu." All right, here's the pussy take from a normal dude. Nah, don't kick it to Spencer Leniu. Fuck that. Yes, kick it to Max King. I don't want to get knocked out.
Yeah.
Amen.
If I'm fucking Ruben Cotter or someone, he might kill me.
You son of a
Kick it to
bitch.
someone who's easier to tackle.
Well,
it's
it's-
smart. Ben's a logic king.
Great voice. I watched Jingle All the Way yesterday. Lovely to hear Arnie's voice.
But you know, you wouldn't be kicking to the psychotic dude who wants to kill you, would you?
Yeah, because I saw him get pissed off at it as well. He was
Yeah.
racked up about not getting the ball. I'm like, I'd just not kick it to him just to rack him up.
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
true.
Just
True.
told us we can get to you by not kicking to you.
Yeah, you might give a penalty away now. Anyway, I
it's-
just wanted to touch on that. Everyone's saying, kick it to him, kick it to
Well,
him.
it's
Nah,
because
don't kick it
the
to him.
local newspapers in Queensland were putting front page news Spencer Leniu
This
with
guy's going to take the high ball.
the headline that said basically
Kill this
New South Wales grub.
Yeah, basically. Yeah.
And so he's like, okay, well,
Make
fuck, I'm going to run it hard 100 years. And then he never really got an opportunity to in that game.
Yeah, no, they didn't. I was just checking Ben's camera, but they didn't. They got rolled. It was a hell of a performance from the New South Welshman.
It's a
eh?
dynasty incoming.
Yeah.
There's a lot of chat that DCE isn't going to get picked for game 2. That might have been his last ever
I
Origin
thought he
game.
had a pretty good game.
No, he didn't. Segway, though, he had a good game for Manly last night, which is
He
kind
did,
of
he
buzzy.
did.
Goes back to Clubland and smokes the fucking Brisbane Broncos.
Yeah,
Nothing
smoked
makes
them.
sense.
I don't think anyone really had a great game for Maroons, to be fair. They
But
were all,
Nah.
When they got that one try, I'm sure it was started by something that DCE.
Well,
it was
more
Nanai-
Nanai smashing.
and I smashed him. DCE
Latrell
picked
Mitchell.
it and then flicked the pass. I don't think
Yeah.
DCE had a bad game, but they're looking for some scapegoats, aren't they?
yeah, they definitely are.
There was just a little bit of lack of direction on attack for
That's
quite
fair,
long
yeah.
periods, I think.
Queensland don't really have a fuckload of options in the halves, do they?
Nah,
I mean, you had Tom Dearden on the bench. Maybe you start him.
Tom Dearden's
have him in Munster,
got to start.
and then you can just have another bench player, bench forward or something.
I mean,
maybe.
Dearden was mean against the Tigers for quite a lot of that game.
Yeah,
so I mean,
yeah, no,
he's
he
still
was.
playing mean at Clubland. But yeah, that was a fucking buzzy game too, eh? The just segueing back into this week's footy.
Oh, yes.
The Tigers almost came back from like 26
They
points
scored
down.
3 tries in 5 minutes and then
Yeah.
got another try on the end of that.
Yeah.
They looked like
Shit for most of the
they
game.
looked shit for the first half, for the first
Yeah.
60 minutes really, and then they came back. And then Broncos looked horrible last night. They
Yeah.
scored a try.
And it was from Ezra Mam, and he's going, "What, baby? Yeah, fuck you all." And it's like, come on, bro, you ran a lady over with your fucking car, mate.
He got booed every touch of the ball because it was in Manly,
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Four Pines Park. He got booed every time he touched the ball. Manly, they had that winger I've never seen before who scored a double.
Falalo.
Falalo,
He's pretty good.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
looked really good.
Because
Because
that
they
little
had,
skip inside.
cause
to
they
get
had
the ball
no
in.
turbo, no gerbo, no sub. Maybe some other people out as
One
well.
of those ones where the guys who
Sounds like gibberish.
Amen, Ben. Their name is a little hard
And
to say.
Broncos were kind of full strength, except they didn't have Ben Hunt, I think. But
Yeah,
they had a lot of Origin people backing up.
Maguire has fucking lost that locker room, bro.
Yes.
I swear.
But this is they look like the same team that won the spoon in 2020.
Totally.
Yeah, because the Broncos have this weird, and you see it a lot when they're losing. They don't have that same let's catch up and fight back mentality.
Yeah.
They just
Give up.
they just totally give up.
Yeah. You know who looks like, I just reckon he looks super unhappy, and to tie in the Kiwi stuff, is Jordan Ricky. Like,
Yeah.
he's such a good player when someone's like giving him the right opportunities, but it just, their game plan isn't setting him up.
He played the full game last night.
Yeah,
he looked real good. I've never really seen him like have a game where I'm like, damn, Jordan Ricky was good last night. He was real good last night.
Yeah, but he's like he's a good player. He has impact when he's he's hard to handle. He's a big fucking dude, but like
But he doesn't have the people around him to really
Yeah.
help him
Yeah.
achieve
They're
his
just
great
like-
heights. Hey, I know how
Totally.
you feel, Jordan.
fuck you, Ben. Nice.
But yeah, Broncos, they're out of the top 8 now.
All right,
maybe
totally.
Reece Walsh will come back. There was one. What was I going to say?
Go on.
There was one of the. Jordan Ricky last night. He was in a tackle where the Broncos got penalised for stripping the ball. It was like first 20 minutes of the game or something.
Yeah.
And Jordan Ricky turned to Adam Reynolds and was like, "No, I didn't strip it." And so Adam Reynolds was like, "Okay, we'll challenge it." And even if they won the challenge, Manly still would have had the ball. It's just that they wouldn't have got the field position. It was a stupid fucking challenge.
Yeah.
And then they played the replay. The ref, the TMO looked at it, and Corey Pakes strips the ball out. And Adam Reynolds turned to Jordan Ricky and was like, "Why the fuck did you tell me to challenge that? You weren't even the guy penalised,
Yeah,
bro."
yeah.
It's pretty
Jesus.
funny.
There's a lot of
He got a
disjointed,
spray, yeah.
not a lot of cohesion at the Broncos right now.
No,
is
there's
what I'm
not.
hearing.
It's definitely not.
Okay, Fano, time for us to speculate. We're recording this at 11 o'clock on Sunday morning, so the Warriors haven't played yet. First, hell yeah, the Warriors beat the Rabbitohs. We're back on track.
Hell yeah.
Fuck you, bunnies.
Mean.
Fuck you, Latrell, if you were playing or
Take
not.
that,
We don't know
Trellman.
yet. Is he playing? No one knows.
TBC.
TBC. But, how good was everybody? It was
Dallin
great to-
scored a couple tries.
We think
Yeah.
good to have
What an
Fish and
intercept.
Mitch back. Those guys are the best forwards in the comp.
Aaron Clark finally scored a try for the Warriors too, I think.
The Sharks are fucked next week. We're going to take them down. All right, now switch, because now this is what we'll do this one if we lost.
Okay.
Dallin will let 2 tries through.
Okay,
Shit.
now we'll start. Fuck, Dallin!
Come on, bro.
Okay, we lost to the Bunnies. Are you serious? That's 2 on the bounce.
Jamie Humphreys scored a hat
Oh,
trick.
fuck.
God damn
Ben,
it.
say your thing about...
Damn it, Dallin let 2 tries through.
Oh, shit.
He shouldn't have gone for the intercept, and he should have just marked his man.
It went
well.
to Golden Point.
Damn it.
Maybe.
Maybe it did. Man, I can't believe we didn't win. But hey, anyway.
Wayne Bennett masterclass. They scored 50.
Russell Crowe's in the crowd. Oh, hell yeah. Sing a song for us, Russell.
Oh,
God,
man.
beautiful voice. The halftime show where he sang was amazing.
I can't believe Latrell did that to us if he was playing, and if he wasn't, how'd they beat us without Latrell?
What a
That's
load of
fucking
crap.
crazy. This is a crap
That's
weekend.
crazy.
Load of crap.
But hey,
yes.
back on the horse next week, back to Sydney to play the Sharks. Damn it, they're coming off the bye, and they're pissed off. They lost to the Knights in their last game.
Who?
The Sharks next week.
No, that's the Panthers lost to the Knights.
No, But
He's talking
Oh,
about
right.
the future
Oh,
still.
the future still.
so who did
Okay,
the
sorry.
Sharks lose to? The Roosters.
Yeah.
That's what I was talking about.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Anyway, fam.
fucking
Up the wires.
Russell
Russell
Crowe's
Crowe's
either
lost
way.
heaps of weight.
up the wires either way.
He's put it back on.
He's put it back on.
I can't stop eating.
Yes, I can't stop eating. So, have you guys heard about this app called First Table?
Yeah, I've heard of it.
Yes.
So it's basically you get cheap meals
Yes.
if they're trying to fill in the tables, trying to create some atmosphere in these restaurants by bringing you in early in the
Yes.
off peak times. So other people might walk past and be like, "Oh, there's people in there.
Yeah.
They look like fun. I'll go."
And you
eat-
get a
eat
discount.
there." and
Too
I
shit.
get a discount.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You get a discount.
So me and my missus have been trying this out, and
I did a similar thing with the cult I started.
Yeah, true.
what?
You just get you pay a few people in early, get them doing all the shaking on the
True,
floor.
True.
Yeah.
Next thing you know,
Yeah, they're all sitting in the window of his church drinking Kool-Aid. It's like, I got a fucking discount price on this.
I'm trying
Yeah.
to break a generational curse. My son won't stop wanking.
yeah.
So we went out to a place in Mount Eden. I don't really want to name and shame, but it was an Indian food restaurant. You guys know we're all fans of.
Look,
I
Indian
love it.
food.
Had it
Indian
last
food.
night.
I don't go anywhere but Sandringham, mate.
Well, yeah. I mean, Sandringham. That's Mecca, isn't
That's
it?
wow.
So we went to this
Are
place.
you allowed to say it's Mecca?
Yeah. Or Delhi, maybe.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry.
So we went to this place in Mount Eden, and there was no one there. We sat down, and they sat us. The only 2 people table they had was right next to the main desk, right? Oh, yum! Yeah. And so we ordered our entrees. I got some spring rolls and some cheese balls.
First of all,
Wait.
we're going to call you out there. 'Cause- well, I'll
Cheese
let him
balls
finish.
and spring rolls at the Indian restaurant?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is also my first time hearing of cheese balls when he brought this up. But
Yeah,
continue
me
the
too.
story.
Okay. So and then throughout the night, the food was fine. Except maybe the entrees felt like just stuff I could get at Countdown Freezer. But then
Or
throughout-
like Chinese restaurant.
Yeah, true.
So I'll preface this to say there was also a segment in the menu that was called Indian Chinese, which I had to hold myself back from ordering from that menu.
Yeah.
Obviously.
and trying the accent.
And then
It's-
of course the missus
It's common.
the
I mean,
missus
it's
is
a
like
common
I'll-
fusion.
the
You
miss-
don't know about this?
No, I
the
don't.
missus is like, I'll get a butter chicken, and then she's like,
Fuck, how long did it take you to come up with that
Should we just
choice?
get 2? And I was like, no, I'll get a lamb Rogan Josh. Like, I'm not gonna just come to a
Culture.
nice
Culture.
Indian restaurant and get butter chicken. Come on. And then anyway, my main
I would.
pain point here
Yes.
is that throughout the night they had probably about 30 Uber Eats drivers coming and going. But while they were fucking waiting for they'd come in and show their phone and be like, yeah, I'm here to get Ben's butter chicken and garlic naan.
Yeah.
They would stand right next to our table. I mean, like
Oh.
less than a meter away. At one point, there was 6 of them
Yeah.
standing right next to our table. I'm trying to have a nice evening with the missus.
Yeah.
You know?
And they're bloody blocking
well,
the
you're
light. I
skimp-
can't see my Rogan Josh.
Yeah.
You're standing in my candlelight.
Spark a little bit of romance, into
Yeah.
our relationship. And I've got these guys standing.
Any of the lads taking phone calls or anything?
No,
While they
they're
were
just
standing there,
like
but
one of
record-
them might have been on Pokemon Go.
Oh, yeah, that's
all
You
right.
know. But yeah, it just kind of irked me. I
Yeah,
wanted to bring it to the chat and see what you guys.
It doesn't
obviously,
take much for you to get irked. I'd
it
say
doesn't, and I don't leave the house that often.
No, I know,
okay,
leaving the
so
house- yeah.
things like this really piss me off, and
Yeah.
it's also the thing that they were really close. Well, one point, one of the guys bumped my table. Yeah,
far
yeah,
out.
and,
Get your butt out of my face.
and I understand as an Indian restaurant, the Uber Eats and takeaways is probably the main source of income, right?
Probably big, yeah.
Although I must say the decor in there is lovely.
There were
You've been in?
there were a
I
lot
looked
of
it up online after.
there were a
I
lot of
said all this.
LED lights.
Yeah.
I mean a lot of LED
Really?
lights. Yeah.
Oh, that'd hurt my eyes.
It was a vibe. Anyway, I wanted to get your guys' opinion. Do you think that they kind of, might need a better system than just standing in the restaurant, just a fleet of these Uber drivers waiting to pick up
Do
their
you
food?
think maybe they should have like a kind of like a basement
a
sort
pickup
of
zone? Yeah,
torture chamber where they put the,
maybe.
they put the Uber Eats drivers
Side
to wait.
window, yeah.
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 Yes. Yeah. Exactly. So,
A
little
side
side
window's
window.
okay.
You
So
know.
like a drive-through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's not a bad idea, yeah.
Drive through curry, actually. You're onto something
Holy
there.
shit.
I
Look,
thought
Tav's
St.
got-
Pierre's was crazy with the sushi thing, but There's something there, I have to say.
What I love about Tav is showing his vulnerability right now.
Yeah.
And also, so a lot of people in his day-to-day will look at him and go, this guy's the most mild-mannered, just chill, calm, nothing riles him kind of guy. But what I like is that
And
he's
then I
showing
get
that...
a mic in front of me. And
Yeah.
I'm like, "Hey."
Or you go out anytime you do anything outside of your routine,
Something
something
that
happens
pisses me off.
And he's got 7 Uber drivers farting in his face.
Yeah. Me, I'm like, well, fuck it. I got the one table thing. It's my fault.
Yeah, that's true. You get the discount.
You got the discount. You got the
discount.
Uber Eats
Yeah.
guys farting in your face. Yeah. I don't know. Kind of think a little bit of it's
It's
you
a
learn-
small. It's a small space.
But you learnt that maybe this one table thing, if you go to a restaurant that isn't like reputable, perhaps.
Oh, I said that to Amy. I said, like, we're going to have bad experiences and good experiences. It's all about just going out and trying places out and
Are we
not having to
shitting?
pay an arm and a leg.
Are we shitting on like a local business?
I haven't
I'm-
said their name.
Oh, I did.
okay?
I'm going to. It was Taste of India in Mount Eden.
No.
Here's
I
the
meant
thing.
the one table
Was-
thing.
I want everyone to go to their website and look up their menu, because after Tav said this about the cheese balls and the spring rolls, I was like, no fucking way is there cheese balls and spring rolls. Turns out I was wrong. They do have spring rolls and
Okay.
cheese balls. But here's the shocking thing to me
Yeah?
was that it looks like they're slowly replacing all of the images on their menu with AI
Smart.
generated images. You fucked up. And like, you would think it's smart, but there's just something uncanny about it. It doesn't look appetizing or something. So I would invite you all to go and check that out and give us your thoughts
Is
on
this
what you think.
is this where we're moving, the modern day restaurant business?
Yeah. How do we know if the food might be AI?
Look, I don't know if this is what people are tuning in for, guys, but I love it.
If you're interested in some Indian food or some Chinese food, check out Taste of India in Mount Eden.
Yeah.
But also be prepared
It's not going to look like the
for a
pictures on
vibe.
the
Yeah,
website.
be prepared for a vibe
And if
check.
you're one of our 11, most of our 11 listeners are regional New Zealand. So sorry to you guys. Obviously, James McConey, Ryan, and you guys could probably go to Taste of India because you live in Auckland. But
Yeah.
the rest of you, sorry guys, apologies. Go to
Shit
your
out of
local.
luck.
Maybe send a report in. This could be a good way to engage. Send a report in. Get Indian food this week and send us a voice note on the what do you call it? The fucking hotline.
Oh, Heaps On Hotline.
Heaps On
yeah.
Hotline. Drop
If
us
you
a
guys
review.
drop
Sit
us a
in.
review. Go to Taste of India. Look, I will
No,
say,
go to anywhere.
Go to anywhere,
Yeah.
but maybe go to Taste of India. But I will say the service was fantastic.
Yeah.
the-
Great bunch
And
of
the
blokes.
food was all right.
The food was good.
And
Yeah,
Ali
awesome.
D's lighting was amazing.
But I will say the spring rolls, the mini spring rolls, and the cheese balls. Genuinely, I was like, I've got some of these in the freezer at home.
Yeah, fair
that's
enough,
true.
man.
I ordered some onion bhaji as well. For the record, I ordered the onion bhaji. Amy ordered the spring rolls and cheese
Whoa.
balls. Okay.
Throwing her under the bus.
So
Throwing her
yeah,
under the
she
bus
doesn't
again.
listen to the podcast.
You fucking
Also-
you're throwing under the bus with the butter chicken and the two things that are
Hey,
Yeah,
the
off
buttered
entree
chicken
menu.
actually lifts her back up.
She's
in
from
my
the
It
book.
South
does,
Island,
massively.
okay?
Yeah, true.
Say
But
no more.
Here's something as well, you guys. If you've seen any other AI, any other menus online where all the images are AI, please send it in. I want to see it.
Rugby is the game that all the blokes love. Even though league is taking over, it's still pretty good.
Especially when there's no league on. Super Rugby. Richie McCaw is my dad.
Oh yeah.
Quite a good tie-in to Tav's experience at Taste of India this week.
it is.
The Super Rugby sting. Hey, the Super Rugby finals are set. The qualifying finals are coming up this week. We had the Hurricanes demo Moana sending Artie packing out
Canes
of
are
the.
on the up and up.
They're on the up and up.
Yeah.
A lot of people turned out in Welly as well.
Most of the Moana fans, I think.
Yeah, a lot of Moana fans from Ori's out there in Oriental Rongotai.
Yeah, I thought heaps of people had turned up, but sometimes I can't tell if they've also just painted some of the seats a little bit black.
Ah, Jesus.
You know?
Fano, send in your thoughts. Is Ben off the mark here with his paint the seats black
Because
comment?
they're with the end of the yellow already.
Yeah, true.
Chuck a
No,
bit
there
of
was
chuck
more
some-
people there. I
yeah.
guarantee you.
Yeah,
There was
no.
one whole corner that was yellow, and then the rest of it
It
was
looked
pretty
pretty
well
busy.
busy.
There was some pretty big score lines this week.
Huge.
It's almost like everyone's just been chilling, waiting for this round, and be like, right now we're playing rugby.
Yeah,
you know?
they put the foot on the throat, as you say. Tupo Vati from the Chiefs got a fucking hat trick.
A lock,
Plays
hat
lock.
trick. Yeah,
Yeah,
against the Highlanders.
against the Highlanders.
He had like a 50-meter runaway try from an intercept. It was fucking awesome.
Yeah, it was a really good performance from him.
Chris Jack energy.
A little bit. Rico Ioane also got a hat trick for the
hattie.
Blues in their win over the Waratahs. They demoed the Waratahs. But I did notice, I couldn't help but notice, and this feels like I'm putting the boot into the Blues, but
Go off, King.
before he scored his first try, Rico got run down by Andrew Callaway. I wasn't sure if he was looking for a support player or what, but I was like, damn, fucking 5 years ago, no one in the world would have caught Rico. So, I don't know. I guess he's been playing centre, with age. You lose a bit of pace.
Just
But
all those ACL tears adding up.
I don't think he's, maybe.
He's going offshore at the end of the year
Kinda
anyway, right?
Leinster.
Yeah, he's served his time.
Yeah.
Go well, King. But yeah, I'll talk about the Crusaders game. Was probably one of the, I reckon it was the game of the round. It was the only one that wasn't really a blowout. Did
Yeah.
you watch
Brumbies,
the Brumbies over in Canberra?
Yeah. I saw most of it.
Yeah, it was a fucking awesome game.
Went back and forth.
Yeah,
bit
went
of
real back
ding
and
dong.
forth. We talked last week, I think, how a lot of those top 4 teams were just going to rest everyone.
Yes.
They didn't.
They
They played
didn't.
everyone. It was good. Crusaders scored like a 77th minute game-winning try. It was awesome. But
Yes.
what's his name? Sevu Reece definitely knocked the ball on just before a try.
Really?
And the Aussies are blowing up about it.
Oh.
Even though I don't think the game really mattered that much because Crusaders...
couldn't have moved out a second.
Yeah,
Brumbies
exactly.
going to stay in third. But it was a good warm-up. And what I hate is that the Hurricanes have to go to Canberra next week. We hate going to
Yeah,
Canberra.
yeah,
we
cold
did
there.
beat them over
Horrib-
there.
Yeah, but we have a horrible... Apart from that last win, we have
Yeah.
a horrible record. Sorry, Ben.
It's cold there, and I'm still pissed off at them for the Warriors game.
Yeah,
Totally.
fuck
Well,
you.
there was a semi-final maybe like 3 years ago as well, where we went down very late. In a semi, we could have, we were on track to win the final maybe that year.
Yeah.
They always undo us. It is a hard place to play, and the Brumbies are fucking good.
Yeah, the Brumbies are really good.
Yeah, they have some really good forwards. That Rima, does Rima play for them? Rima? He's like a loose forward. Anyway, Valentini is a fucking beast.
Yeah.
So I'm not looking forward to, but the way that the qualifying finals work, the quarterfinals, is that 3 teams make it through. It's weird as fuck. But if the top 3 teams win, the Hurricanes get through even if they lose.
Oh, okay, right.
We just have to hope that the Crusaders, Chiefs win.
Well, yeah, that'll happen.
Yeah, but if the Blues beat the Chiefs, the Chiefs still go through, but the Hurricanes wouldn't. It's fucking weird.
Right. Yeah, the whole thing is cooked.
They don't really need quarterfinals, if I'm
Nah.
honest. They should just go straight
Yeah.
to semis.
And they should play
Confusing.
more games.
They should play more
16
games.
rounds.
Yeah, it's over. It's only just getting to winter.
It's crazy when you saw like what's his name, Lomax last night getting his
100th?
his lollilays for his 100th game.
Oh, yeah,
And he's
yeah.
like, 10 years of playing in Super Rugby, and I was like, fuck, 10 years.
Yeah.
To get to 100 games.
I know, bro.
And then you have like Jazz Tavanga hit 150 games over the weekend.
Yeah.
He probably started playing in like 2017, maybe.
Yeah. I
2016.
think he played consistently from then.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is 10
That's
years,
almost
Tev.
10 years.
It's 10
yeah.
years.
Oh yeah,
But
okay,
he's had
that's right.
injuries.
That's
He's had
right.
injuries. But yeah.
Feels like fucking
I
5
mean, in
minutes
All
ago.
Black, if you add it up, he's probably played like 70. He might have played like 70 tests. So he's up to like 150
Yeah, true.
across
okay, yeah,
everything.
It's a lot of rugby, isn't it?
But still, Super Rugby should be longer. It should be
Yeah.
the consistent competition. Anyway,
Well,
Chiefs.
speaking of that,
Yeah.
there's been that news recently about the World Club Tournament.
Yes.
How can we get our clubs in there?
We will.
Yeah, we will.
We will, I think. Yeah, we'll get in there.
Oh, good.
I think we'll be part of it. So anyway, the Blues have been popping off on socials, eh?
Yes.
Tav, you've been kind of following this.
Yeah, it's kind of fucking cringe, Lord, to be honest. Like, sorry, all the Blues fans out there.
They've been putting the boot into Moana.
They've been putting the boot into Moana, which is just weird, bro.
Yeah.
Who's running this page? Chris Bishop?
No, he's a good lad. I've met him. He's a they're just trying to create the vibes, but I feel like they're definitely playing the kind of
Put the
the-
boot in.
the
Punching
villain-
down.
the-
Never punch down, Fano.
they're transitioning
It's
into the
definitely-
villain.
Except in a
yeah.
fight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So before the so obviously Moana needed to beat the Hurricanes to get through to the finals,
Yeah.
and that would have knocked the Blues out. A lot of people, including us, were saying maybe Canes just fucking let them
Throw
win.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But so before the game, they actually shared a picture on their Facebook of a choo-choo train with a Hurricanes logo on it, basically saying like, the Canes train is coming for you.
Yeah,
Hell yeah.
yeah.
And then post the game, they posted a video saying, "Keep on doubting us. We just pick in the right time. Don't care whose side you on. There's only one of us in the finals." That's mean, but you guys are going to get knocked out next week.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and also trains are just cooler than that.
They are
They
too.
are.
They
They
are
definitely
they
are.
too.
But
Maybe you should have done a big boat.
Yeah.
that's true.
That's what I would have done.
The only thing I look at
This
is like
ship's
no one,
coming into town.
no matter how much you post on social media, there was really no one at Eden Park on Saturday. There was a hell of a lot of people at the Moana game in Wellington, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
someone
like-
someone offered us tickets at work to go to the
And we were
Waratahs the Waratahs Blues, and we were like,
Nah, we got nothing on, but
If
I had
I
to pick up a changing table from a mate's place, but otherwise, yeah.
If I was the marketing manager for the Blues,
Go
here's
on.
what I'd do.
Blue berets.
No.
Oh,
Half price Fritz's wieners.
beautiful.
You'd
Nice.
just get people going for the wieners.
fucking
That's-
oath you would.
And also maybe put up Auckland FC posters, pretend like it's going to be one of their
Oh,
games.
are they playing today?
Yeah.
Yay!
Then
So
you'll get heaps of people in.
fucking oath you would. Crusaders, Reds, Crusaders, Chiefs, Blues, Chiefs, Brumbies, Hurricanes. Hurricanes, I think. But it doesn't matter either way.
Hurricanes.
They'll lose and they'll still get in.
Yeah.
But next week we'll probably have to play the Chiefs, if you know, the following week. I imagine.
Yeah,
damn.
it's going to be hard.
Could we give Damien McKenzie the runs? Maybe take him out to one
Taste of
the-
India.
Yeah, nah, that
Not a
place
bad
is all
idea.
good, actually.
Did you guys see Flanders try in the Hurricanes
Oh,
game?
that was
Fucking
mental.
insane. A loose forward doing a chip and chase
I
over the
know.
fullback.
Like a 6'4" fucking number 6. Just like, I'll just chip the fullback and get a
Yeah.
perfect bounce and score into the post.
It was awesome.
That was so good.
Such a good try.
Yeah, I loved watching Artie this year in Super as well. Devin Flanders, great to see him back, by the way. He had a ruthless injury in the preseason.
Oh, true.
Did his ankle, like
Yeah.
in the fucking last week of preseason.
Yeah.
Hasn't played until like round 12 or 13. Looks like he's carving up. Should be an All Black
Yeah,
at some
he
stage.
looks really good. What about Quincy Pyatt? He got
Oh,
fucking
dude.
rolled. So I
Fuck.
looked back at this. It looks like it was friendly fire. The knee
it?
of one of his loose forwards coming into the ruck. He
Yeah.
just kind of turns his head at the wrong time, copped a knee
Fuck.
right to the face, and they had to stretcher him off.
Bro,
he
his-
definitely won't be back.
It looked like his cheekbone, like,
Shattered.
Like
immediately
Joey
it was like,
Bucket or something.
oh, yeah.
It was like Joey Manu when he got rocked by
His face
Latrell
looked-
Mitchell.
yeah.
Just immediately bee stung.
His face looked different. And he's a handsome man, Quinn. I was like, oh, no, please, God. Let
Yeah,
him.
he's had a lot of injury.
He has.
Injury crises.
What do you
Manu.
do when you
Yeah.
get a fractured eye socket or cheekbone? Just
I guess
nothing, eh?
Don't move.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Don't smile.
But yeah, poor bloke.
That'd be easy.
But he was smiling and laughing afterwards, so he got stretched off, but then he
Ah.
was like, actually, like, I'm all good.
Mm.
I mean, he'll be out for a while, but
Yeah.
hopefully the recovery is swift. Maybe like he might be back in 3 months. You never know. Playing.
Yeah, but he won't be playing for the Chiefs.
Oh
for
no,
the
he won't
rest
be
of
playing for the
year.
Chiefs.
Nah, God,
No, which is a big loss for them.
Speaking of big losses,
Yeah.
Reds pumped the drawer last night.
Oh shit, I didn't see
Fif-
that one.
52-7.
I went to bed
Beat
early.
them by 45 points. Yeah, I
Damn.
didn't watch it.
Yeah, well, the Reds are good too. The Reds can't
Yeah.
be counted out. But I mean, who do they have to play? The Crusaders. They could. Nah, they got
Nah.
rolled down there. That's going to be tough. But yeah, I'd just like to say a big shout out to Artie. Obviously listens to the pod, loves the pod.
He does.
He gives feedback, hectic feedback. If he doesn't like our performance. But
Yeah.
I'd just like to say, Artie, what an incredible performance from you to lift up Moana,
Shot
get
by
those
Uso.
Yeah.
get those wins over the New Zealand teams and a couple of Aussies, I think, as well.
Yes.
It was pretty sick.
Great
and
season.
even just in the last game, like they were getting rolled, he just kept getting fucking turnovers.
He
Yeah.
puts the mana in Moana.
He does. If you take out the O,
Oh, yeah, it spells mana.
Mana Pacifica,
Yeah.
and that's what we think Artie brought. Beautiful human being, a lot of energy, and hope you rip it up for the All Blacks this year, mate.
Go for it, you good thing. Also, lastly, did you see what Hoskins Satutu posted?
Oh, okay, we're back to social media.
Go
posts
on,
again.
tell me.
Yeah.
He posted this photo of him wearing like a big furry jacket walking into Eden Park,
Yeah.
and the caption is, "I said what I said." What did he said?
Man, we're in.
It's
yeah.
cold here.
I like doing NBA arrival photos, and there's like 8,000 people in the stands in like a 45,000 seat stadium. It's
Yeah.
like, okay.
There's no
Man,
one there.
I never understood that. You get
Oh.
all dressed up just to walk in and then immediately change out them clothes. You're sitting in a bus for most of that time.
wait,
I
aren't you?
mean,
Look at the last photo on the
Red pill,
carousel.
blue- red
It's
pill, blue pill.
Morpheus.
It is Morpheus.
yeah.
He's repping it. Maybe he's.
I mean,
teasing a
I
Matrix
kind of
sequel.
like it. I do kind of like it.
It's just it's
a little
for them
bit
to
of-
flex their outfits.
It's the
Of
news.
news. It's the world of news, isn't it?
It is. Now, touching on the world of news this week, Tav, something's been happening down in Levin. A Levin invasion of
Holy
sorts.
shit.
Yeah, there was a Levin invasion. Burnouts.
Really?
A few burnouts.
Boy and girl races.
Boy and girl races.
and
got girl
non-binary
ra-
races.
They've got girl races now and non-binary races?
Yeah.
Non-Levin.
Basically, it was
What are you talking about then?
Fast and Furious, except without the fast and
Oh.
extra furious.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So there was a Levin
Without the
invasion.
Vin and without the diesel. They were all
Yeah,
petrol cars.
yeah. Well,
Far out.
Levin,
Yeah.
Levin diesel.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Whoa.
This
yeah.
goes all above my head,
Put
guys.
the pieces together, Fano. Nah, yeah, there was like a fuckload of boy racers took over the main intersection in Levin, which is State Highway 1,
It is.
to just do fat skids. But the cops knew they were coming, like, because they basically just monitor these Facebook groups where they say, let's go to Levin this weekend and take over the main intersection and do burnouts. And the
Yeah.
cops are like, we're ready for you. And they just let them do it anyway.
Jeez.
Yeah, I tell you what, Chris Bishop's more worried about a bunch of Maldies with flags blocking State Highway 1 than a bunch of boy racers terrorising a huge main intersection
Yeah.
on State Highway 1.
Totally. And he's the
Priorities.
Minister for Transport.
He is.
I know.
He should be down there.
He should have been at the
waving
bloody
a
He should
fucking
be down
flag,
there.
be like, stop.
Music awards,
Or
yeah.
at least he should be doing safety checks, dropping the flags like in Fast and the Furious.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Totally.
You know? Hey guys, let's do this properly. I'll be in a bikini. I'd like to see Chris
Yeah.
He should be
Bishop in a bikini.
he should be less worried about Toy-Two flags and more worried about checkered ones.
Totally, Ben.
Exactly. So
Totally.
last
Thank
week
you.
as well, we had petrol prices drop,
We did.
which there may be some
just
there may be
encourages them,
some
yeah.
connection to the burnouts being on.
There could be.
But yeah, I got sent a lot of videos. I got sent one video where a chick got hit by one of the cars doing a burnouts.
Absolute smashes it.
Honestly, looks like she died, but apparently her legs just got run over. What definitely ruined her night.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was saying to the chat, I was like, "Fuck, they're worried about the run it straight challenge."
Yeah.
This chick, basically almost died.
That's a mosh pit.
This is pretty bad.
I would not enter.
Yeah, I know, because you just have people like going woo. But I always buzz out at these burnout things because you can't see a fucking thing, can you? There's
And it
smoke
stinks.
everywhere.
There is.
You're just spinning willy nilly.
You are. You are.
But yeah, it's
well,
pretty rock.
that's our Horowhenua regional news story for the day. I've got one from Greymouth I wanted to fill you guys in on.
Go on.
Now, I'm going to try and summarise because this is a bit of a long read. But basically, a mother of two moved from Whangarei to Greymouth. She'd grown up in Greymouth to sort of seek a new life. She'd got off P, I think, and...
Finally.
Yeah, but it coincided with a gang, which I'd never heard of, called the Aotearoa Natives, starting up in Greymouth. And they were currently terrorising the neighbourhood. They were doing things like, dealing pee, obviously, but they also did something where they took over a local whitebaiting spot.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's you've messed with the wrong guys now.
yeah. You want to sell pee, okay, but stay away from my fucking local creek.
That's
Yeah.
where the real money is.
This guy, the leader of this gang, would set one of his boys, one of the prospects maybe, down there to do 24/7 like. This is our fucking mean ass whitebaiting spot. Anyway, the story is about these guys, but also about this mother who stood up to them.
Good on
Basically,
you,
I think you're gonna
girl.
like this story, Ted.
Good on ya.
So she moved down there,
Good on you, Gil.
and she apparently she got back into the pee at some stage
Oh.
down there. It sucked, but also then started trying to kick it again. These guys were the locals, and. So she won randomly. It's kind of a buzzy story. She won 30K on an online gambling site, right?
Beautiful.
Word got around that she had this big hit,
Yeah.
and the gang reckoned, that's from dealing pee. She's been fucking dealing, because apparently she had been doing a little bit of pee dealing on their turf.
yeah.
But anyway, she had the money, and these guys came round and were like pretending to be like meth heads, being like, got any pee? And she's like, no,
No,
I don't sell
no, I
that
don't.
shit here. No, and my kids are asleep, and they came in her house and were like, "You fucking DLP on our fucking territory." Anyway, it went into this 2 years of terrorization. They set fire to her car. They firebombed her car.
Oh wow.
Jeez Louise.
Yeah, it's fucking gnarly. But the story basically was about a woman. She testified against them, got them all sent to jail for like 5 to 10 years.
Wow. For the pea or the white bait?
Well, the whitebait should have been a fucking punishable
Yeah,
offence,
totally.
life in prison for that one. Not letting Gary and Neil go down and hit the creek to get a few pounds for the fun,
yeah.
but it was for the firebombing and just general terrorization,
that'll
home
do it.
invasion and
Yeah.
stuff. Hopefully no Aotearoa natives listen to the pod because, I would hate to incur their wrath. But just like to say, good on you.
They'll
Her
be
name was
scoping out Taste of India, Mount Eden, waiting
They
for
will
us to
be.
show up.
Her name's Nikita. She's actually moved back to Whangarei, turned her life back
Shot
around.
Nikita. Good on
Because she
you,
went
girl.
through hell with these fucking gangsters down there.
And there wasn't enough pee down there.
Okay.
Wait, is this Greymouth?
There was Greymouth.
Oh yeah,
The
there's,
shit
yeah, well,
went
there's
down
a
in
lot of
Greymouth.
pea down there, Ben.
Fucking
Oh,
hectic,
yeah,
eh?
Not
pee.
as much as Whangarei, though.
I just wanted
Well,
to, yeah.
yeah.
But I'd never even heard of the Aotearoa natives. It kind of really reminded me of Taika's gang and Boy.
Crazy
Yeah.
horses.
The crazy horses, it's like 6 guys or 3 guys being like, "This is our fucking town," and everyone's like, "Those guys are a bit mental. Don't fuck
They
with
stole
them."
my doorknobs and
Yeah.
melted them down for the copper.
Yeah, they smashed up my fucking letterbox. Made my son cry.
It's almost-
hit his ice cream
It's
out of
almost
his
like
hand.
those guys that play GTA 5 online and make a gang,
Yeah.
those dudes.
That's probably where it started.
I heard the prospect that was guarding the river started like a camping YouTube as well. Overnight camping by the Greymouth River while I guard the whitebait spot.
Well, that's a good side
Yeah,
hustle. Hopefully,
that's
you
what I
got some
thought.
monetization out of that.
Yeah, me too.
But yeah. Anyway, that's my little regional corridor for the week. Good on you,
Beautiful.
Nikita.
Yeah.
Don't take a backward step if any
Yeah,
gangsters.
don't go
If you-
back up to
if
Whangarei.
you win the super,
Stay off the online pokies.
if you win the max,
unless you win 30k,
yeah, if you win the max bet on the online pokies, maybe just keep it to yourself.
cash out and don't
how
tell
much
anybody.
how much of her child support money did she spend on that though? Let's be honest.
Hey, I don't want to speculate. But she did it for her boys. Her 2 sons were in the house when the guys came around to the house, and she wanted to stand up and say, if this happens, we don't fucking let people like these ruin our lives. Anyway, good on you, Nikita.
Good on you, Nikita. Stay
good
off
on
the
you.
pea.
Stay off the pea, love. Back to Whangarei, where
Real
there is a
men
lot
right,
as
woman.
well up there too. But there's a lot all over Aotearoa. We need to solve this
That's
pea
true.
epidemic, whānau.
Nick Minute. That's a huge bitch.
What else is in the world of news?
Lots this week. Crypto guy gets tortured in New York,
Oh
but
my
manages
God.
to escape.
This is hectic.
Shout out to all the crypto bros in the chat today. I know you're listening. Hold my brothers. So basically, last week there was this guy in New York who he'd actually already been robbed of a fuckload of crypto by these 2 dudes in New York, these pair of hard partying crypto bros. So he contacted them and said, "I want my crypto back," and they said, "Well, come and get it."
Whoa.
So he went back to the guys who already robbed him, and they kidnapped him and tortured him for
The rest of his crypto.
a bunch of weeks.
2 weeks.
Yeah.
He got taken into the house in like May 1st, and he only got out on Friday.
Yeah.
Or something like that, or May 12th, yes.
Yeah, they held him for his crypto and basically just kept putting stinky food in front of him, going, "Give us the crypto." And
Or you
he's
got to
like,
eat this.
"Ah!"
It was like Fear Factor.
Yeah, basically.
Oh.
And then, eventually he broke his way out and was seen running down the street barefooted, in New York.
Jeez.
And, the cops went in, raided the place, and they got all his crypto back.
Far out. That's awesome.
Yeah.
They
But-
got his cryptos back?
Yeah, they got
Yeah.
his cryptos back. This guy who kidnapped him, nicknamed the Crypto King of Kentucky, has been charged for kidnapping him, and they both just were massive party crypto boys, the guys who did it.
Damn.
Um,
It's one way to get around trying to figure out what crypto is going to pop off and what's not. Just
Yeah.
kidnap a
rob
guy who
people.
does know how to do that.
kidnap. Yeah, what should I buy? XRP.
Let's be honest, he just scammed other people to get that crypto though
Yeah.
anyway.
Yeah.
So it's all just a big crime
Well,
ring,
problem-
isn't it? Crime
the prob-
circle.
It is, but the problem with crypto is you brag online once about a win, and then because it happened to me. Remember, I said I had $400 in whatever fart coin last year, and that guy from Papakura, he found out where I worked and he staunched me out for it. And I said, bro, it's $400. And he said, yeah, I could really use that. Transfer
And
it
then
over
you
to me.
checked and it was only like $15.
And then it had gone down.
Yeah.
Well, it had gone
Yeah.
down. So Fartcoin bombed, and then
Yeah.
it was
Funnily
$3. And then the guy left me alone.
It's the same with people who made the Trillionaire Thugs NFTs their profile pictures.
Totally.
I know they're broke because they spent all their money on
Trillionaire thugs,
on
that's
rug,
true.
rug pull NFTs.
Absolutely.
But yeah, Fano, this is
The real money's in Kangen water machines.
it's true.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. And we all know that. It's a fact. Hey, I wonder how long it's going to take to make a movie about this, Tab. It's a good movie.
Yeah, they said Netflix is currently in discussions with the guy who got tortured
Fuck yeah.
and the torturers themselves as well.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
They shouldn't get anything out of this.
I can just imagine like crypto bros holding you hostage trying to be tough. What do you think their torture methods may be?
I
Just
don't know.
talking about crypto.
Yeah. Totally.
Do you know how much money I made off crypto this year?
Yeah.
I can teach you how to make money off crypto. They just did that for 3 weeks
stop.
straight.
Okay,
It's
I'll
like,
give you
oh,
$1 million
fuck, okay.
to
Yeah.
fuck
I'll
up.
give you my password.
I can imagine them making you watch the Jurassic World Dominion one, the one that was real bad.
Yeah.
Just watching that on repeat.
Oh, yeah, that would be hard
horrible,
work. That'd be
horrible.
hard work. Or that new Nonnas movie.
Yeah, that's...
Honestly,
That's
on Netflix,
pretty
Vince
painful
Vaughn,
one.
I watched half of it last night because Ben said the grade was shit. And
It really is. Honestly, it really is.
Yeah, we can't.
Atrocious,
Yeah,
isn't
it's
it?
pretty bad. But also the plot. I
Oh,
thought,
yeah,
the
the movie
acting,
itself is
it was
pretty ridiculous.
shite. It was just kind of embarrassing seeing the Sopranos actors all in something
Yeah.
that bad,
But I gotta
kind
say,
of bastardizing the culture.
I gotta say, it's probably the worst lit and graded movie that I've ever seen, in just a really strange way. I
Yeah.
can't understand why they did that.
And this is movie time, Fano.
That's me getting
Ben's movie
technical, yeah.
corner.
Sorry.
But no, it's okay. It's it's part of the gig. Me and Tav have harped on about our mahi for the last fucking 20 minutes. Sorry, we
Whoa,
doubled up on
double
the sounds
soundboard.
there. And then what else has
Kind
happened?
of worked.
Elon Musk.
Elon Musk, man. So Ben's all been all over this. Doge, the Department of Government Efficiency that he established, he's now bailing on it. And this comes in the wake of a story that's come out that said that he was engaging in extensive drug consumption during Trump's sort of, during the time that he was advising Trump, frequently taking ketamine. And I mean, look
Which
at his
I
face.
find quite funny because remember, if you put your minds back to what was it 4 years ago now, when those little Thai boys
Yeah.
got stuck in that cave,
Yeah,
and he wanted to get them in a submarine
yeah.
to get them out, and the divers were like, "No, that's stupid. Let's pump him full of K and drag him out."
That's right.
So,
Yeah, it checks out, does it?
and he threw a hissy fit.
Yeah.
Which I think might have been the turning point for him being like, well, if this fucking ketamine's so good, let me try it.
Here's a
Yeah,
hit.
and then he got addicted. I mean, let's face it, the Nazi salute he did at the inauguration was probably him trying to get his balance.
Maybe he was just trying to wave, but he couldn't get his arm
Well,
up
no,
high
he was
enough.
just like,
Yeah.
Don't
so,
do it,
whoa!
Ryan. Don't do it,
I'm
Ryan.
drawing it lower, but he was about to fall over backwards. I'm not trying to co-sign it. He's a piece of shit, kind of richest man in the world. But it is buzzy, that the richest man in the world was taking ecstasy, mushrooms, ketamine, while doing a really important job. And I mean, I thought this was only reserved for Ben and his gigs, but alas.
Yeah, normally it's people at the other end of the spectrum getting wasted and going to work.
Yeah,
You
chippies.
know, half those guys at the supermarket, they got to be on something.
You reckon?
Yeah.
Well, Ben often says, "What's this guy at the drive-through on?" Because he constantly forgets my, my second cheeseburger or whatever.
Yeah. And there's a guy in the garden section of Bunnings who's having a great fucking time. And
You reckon?
yeah,
Okay,
he's got to be more than microdosing something.
true. Well, anyway, hey, obviously, basically, he's just lost the job, but hopefully he's okay because
Yeah.
I know that it can be hard when you've got to change, when you've got to change careers. He
you
probably
gotta-
got pushed. He says he's resigning. He probably got pushed. Classic
You got to
HR
have a
move.
good fallback career if you're getting into politics like that. You got to make sure you have a nice little nest egg.
Totally, and I think he does, but
Yeah.
hopefully he doesn't burn it all on. I mean, to be honest, maybe he should get into P because the other
Prices
stuff
are going
was,
up.
Well, and ketamine and stuff was.
Well,
Yeah.
this thing says
doing
his,
them.
his use of ketamine was so frequent that he told people it caused bladder problems.
Maybe
He
I've
was a bit blocked
maybe
up.
I've been
Blocked
getting
up or
fucking
pissing his
drugged.
pants?
Maybe both.
Yeah,
Leaking at the front,
leaking at the back.
blocked up at the back.
Yeah, I can't stop pissing.
Of sport.
Of
Of
sport.
sport.
Of sport. It's the world of sport. There's been lots happening in the world of sport, but mainly rugby stuff. But
Yeah.
we've got some non-rugby stuff to talk about.
We do.
Yeah, it's true.
Like Manchester United doing their Asian tour.
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of trying to decipher this. I don't know what's going on.
They've had a horrible long time, not just this year. They've looked shit for a
They've
long
looked
time.
shit
let's
for a
be
while,
fair.
but they're hitting rock bottom. And yeah, usually I think like the thing is, when they go on these summer tours, they just draw massive crowds, and the crowds aren't the same anymore. They don't have the same names in the team. Obviously, the jersey's still red, but the guys in it, fucking,
blue.
Yeah.
who are they? Yeah, they lost to some Malaysian team on this tour, and
Asian All-Stars.
Asian All-Stars.
Asian All-Stars, but it's spelt funny. But
Ah.
Oh,
Yeah.
It's the Southeast Asian nations.
Ah,
Whoa,
Ben,
right,
Jesus,
right.
he's a geography.
Oh, right. Okay, I get you.
But yeah, they lost to them, and someone was seen pulling the fingers as they walked off.
Yeah, one of the Manchester United players pulled the fingers at a bunch of fans who were just trying to be like, hey. And
Yeah,
he
yeah.
just flipped them off because they just lost 1-0.
I don't think there's many tickets sold for the game in Hong Kong. And usually there'd just be a huge turnout.
Yeah, there was. Did you see? There's that real bleak video of the team in a bus driving down, like those like double decker buses with the roof cut off
Yeah.
at the top. They were in one of those buses just driving down, and there was like no crowd around or anything. It was just driving through Malaysia somewhere.
God, and they're probably like, give us the closed-in one where we can use the aircon.
Yeah, true. Oh no,
totally.
they have actually played in Hong Kong, and they were like
they won that game.
they won that game, but like I think it's a very rare thing to have happen, But the manager was like begging people to buy, like being like, "Go buy tickets," and like the stands were fucking empty.
Yeah.
That is kind of different. I mean, if Liverpool went over there, Jesus, they'd fucking sell the
I
place
mean,
out
they
3
came
times.
15th
Yeah,
in the table.
yeah.
That's
Why do the tour
so
this year?
bad.
Yeah,
They were 3 places away from being relegated.
yeah.
Can you imagine that? If
And
they
then you've
got
got your-
bumped down to fucking whatever it's called, the championship or
Yeah, and then your club still makes you do like a global tour as if you're one of the best teams in the world.
Yeah, they
Yeah, I guess it's
suck.
They
kinda
just want to
shit.
sell them jerseys.
They do. That's true.
Yeah.
But the names on them aren't quite as inspiring.
Yes.
What else has been happening?
The
Tev?
A-League final was last night,
It's true.
which I forgot was on, and it was the Melbourne versus the Melbourne game. It was Melbourne City versus Melbourne
What happened?
Victory. The team called Melbourne Victory lost.
Oh,
Yeah,
good.
no
They knocked-
victory. So I guess it kind of means that we would have lost anyway if we made it, because the team that beat us then crumbled. True. Melbourne City are the A-League champions.
Good on them.
I think they've won it heaps. They're just like consistently good.
Yeah.
But yeah, whether or not if we would have got past Melbourne Victory, it probably would have been a home final.
Wait, which
Would have
one?
been a home final. Might have been
Maybe.
different.
Hold on a second. Which one? Where's the home ground of Melbourne City and where's the home ground of Melbourne
I think
Victory?
they play in
Melbourne,
the
I
same.
think, yeah.
Or maybe they don't play in the same one. But I assume they do. That little that's the Storm's home ground.
Yeah.
Oh, the, Marvel Stadium.
Amy
Oh,
Amy Park.
Amy Park.
I
yeah.
think. It's cool.
True.
Cool stadium, that one.
Yeah.
I know Ben's been there. Have you been there?
No.
I went and watched that Storm game last year. It was quite cool. Storm Sharks, I think.
So what's Marvel Stadium? Is that just AFL?
I get confused.
Yeah, it's cricket as well.
Oh yeah.
It's like too big for the Storm and
What
shit.
about the MCG?
MCG's huge. They
That's
have so many
that's
stadiums,
cricket,
bro.
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
And
they
they're
got-
all right
and
next to each
AFL
other
as well.
as
Yeah.
well.
It's true.
yeah. That's crazy. What else has been going on? The basketball.
The bloody the basketball's been going on. The OKC are definitely going to win it. They've just like
yeah,
almost basically swept the Timberwolves. They let them win one game and then came back and won the others.
yeah,
They look really good. They're definitely going to win it. Their first championship ever, which is kind of sick. A lot of people it's kind of funny how like when a team's bad, you're like really, and they're turning good, you're really behind them. But then when they're
Yeah.
just super consistently good, you kind of get over them a bit. I haven't. OKC, I want them to win the championship for the next fucking 5 years. They
They're a
might.
cool team.
Like
Yeah,
they just look unbeatable. And the Pacers are probably going to beat the Knicks.
it would be good. I'm what the helly, I'm
What the helly?
what the helly Halliburton. He's a cool guy.
Yeah.
and it would be cool to see him go to the finals. Just because of what they've done in the East, it's been so sick.
Yeah,
what a great run.
The Helly band. There's lots of photos of him face swapped with Osama bin Laden.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know
Nice.
that.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Well, Knicks fans, they're crazy, and
They
it's
are,
kind of
aren't they?
funny watching them crash out because the team's
Yes.
probably going to lose.
Yes.
But I think there might be a game today.
There
which-
is.
Yeah, right.
We're on Sunday, Whānau, just to let you know when all the last nights and todays are going on.
Yes.
You'll be listening to this later in the week, but
Yeah. Also, the Champions League final was this morning.
PSG, OMG,
PSG, 5-0.
Paris Saint-Germain.
Holy
Yeah.
fuck.
Inter Milan.
Yeah.
I mean, no Real Madrid, no Barcelona, no worries, you know.
No
Fucking
worries, no
PSG.
issues. Yeah, no real stars.
PSG,
in that
all
team.
G. Yeah. They've got some really talented guys. That I don't know who they are. Mostly the future French team, I think.
Yes.
Dembele. I think there's a Dembele in there who's very good.
Dembele.
Let me
But
just tell you, all the croissants be sold out this morning.
fucking oath. Hey Ben, tell us about this robot fighting thing that's been happening,
well, here we
please.
go. So, I can't remember the exact details of the story. Let me
Well,
look
you
it up
should
here.
do because it's the
Oh,
one you
shit,
told
it-
us to get on
yeah,
board
but
with.
It's hilarious.
It is. What better be?
China
Yes.
hosts the world's first humanoid robot kickboxing
Hell
match.
yeah.
Holy shit! Are you serious? What was the outcome?
The robot beat the other robot,
Fucking
and
hell!
they were both fine after some minor repairs.
And now you've watched the video. Did it look like real kickboxing, like humans?
Yeah, but slow and goofy.
Oh,
Yeah.
cool.
We're just taking more and more steps towards Universal Soldier.
Yes.
Or
Yeah.
what's
Fucking
that
awesome.
Hugh Jackman one?
Real Steel?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I forgot
Great
about Real
stuff.
Steel.
Real Steel.
I'm
Yeah.
into it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you
Bring
are.
it on, I say.
That's more like mech suit, is it?
No, that one was
No, Real Steel
remote
was
control
robots,
Oh,
yeah.
remote control. Sorry.
What was Universal Soldier?
I
That was
can't remember.
was that clones or
Porno?
were they robots?
Oh, I can't remember.
Jean-Claude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't remember.
When
I
he
have
was
to
like
watch that again.
coked out. Yeah, I think there was a few of them. I never really got into them. But yeah, maybe check them out, Whānau.
Anyway,
them out, Whānau.
it's an exciting new avenue of sport, which I think will be very fucking stupid
So do I.
Yeah.
and
Totally.
funny to watch.
Totally. I know.
Nice.
Good episode
Yeah.
today,
I
Whānau.
think so. There might be a bit of tidying up and post today, but hey, I'm that's what I'm here for.
Yeah.
Any
We're going to
apologies?
bleep out Chris Bishop's name.
Yeah.
No, we're not.
Ben, you didn't say any slurs or anything
don't
that
think so.
to
I
get
don't
you
think you did.
cancelled this week.
No, I'm sorry. I let the team down.
Maybe I think you're healing. The world is
maybe.
healing.
Yeah.
He's learning.
Ben's healing. Right, any apologies?
Oh, the
You
Blues.
could tell which one was the Chinese robot,
no,
which one was the Indian
damn
robot.
it. Don't, Ben. We almost made
shit.
it.
The
I'm
Blues
sorry.
social media team, obviously, they're way cooler than us, and we're just a bunch of losers in our 30s. So they've got the world ahead of them, and yeah, apologies for whinging like old men yelling at clouds. You guys
Yeah.
are real cool.
No, well, yeah, just maybe chill out on the captions, okay? You know?
Yeah.
I had these same takes about
And-
the last media manager they
And-
had.
No, I mean, a lot of us do things in our 20s and we look back and think, damn, that was cringe.
Yeah.
I
He's
think
gonna
that'll be
love
one
it.
of those moments for those
I think
those
they
social
love it.
media managers. I would like to apologise to Auckland FC for saying that you would have lost in the final. You might have drawn.
Yeah.
I'll
And
put
then
it
got
out
to
there.
penalties and lost?
then got to penalties and lost, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, well, hey, enjoy your Pilsners all winter, and Auckland FC will be back in fucking October or something.
Yeah, they'll be back.
See you later,
Lovely.
Whānau.
See you later.
Sure.
Have a great week.
Have a great week.